This is Appalling News, your most trusted source for fake real news. I'm Paul Chatto. As Canada continues its relentless race to the bottom, it seems that we have decided that our role model for this trajectory will be San Francisco, the grab-and-dash shoplifting capital. Here in Ontario, we have a government-run liquor monopoly called the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, or the LCBO, which has become open season for sticky fingers. This threesome stole $8,000 worth of booze from a Kitchener LCBO.
Hey guys, you're on live TV, eh? You're on live TV.
Waterloo Regional Police spokesperson Cherry Greeno said they are investigating. What's to investigate, Cherry? They are right there. For God's sakes, Cherry, I'm looking at them right now. Most of the large bags were filled with scotch, said Cherry. The people doing the stealing seem confident that no one is going to arrest them because they are already on a plane heading back to India. You could hear one person yelling, "Hey guys, you're on live TV." The men don't seem to care. Two of them are wearing hats and the third doesn't make any effort to cover his face. These criminals know that even if they are arrested, and they often are, they will be out on bail right away, sometimes on the same day, and will likely serve 0 jail time. It's embarrassing, said retired Toronto Police Hold-Up Inspector Mike Earle. It's an absolute joke. Waterloo Police Chief Mark Crowell has spoken to Ontario Premier Porky LaFord about this case. The Premier said he is not happy. Strong words indeed. Watch out, miscreants. But because of the Trump tariffs, Ontario banned American hooch, and the only disappointment for the thieves was they couldn't pick up any Jack Daniels. One interesting story that has been perplexing many of our American viewers has been the culling of ostriches in British Columbia. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a cull order for roughly 400 ostriches still alive at the farm after the outbreak of avian influenza in 2024. But this isn't the story we're covering today. Green Party member Elizabeth May says her constituents want the culling of the ostriches to be stopped because it's exactly the kind of thing a lefty Green Party apparatchik would demand. But listen to Miss May now.
In what many see as animal cruelty, and I can't imagine, this is absolutely astonishing to me, that an animal welfare issue in Canada has garnered the attention of MAGA-type billionaires in the United States, which makes me sympathize with the ostriches less.
She will no longer address the issue since MAGA groups in the United States are advocating against it too. Learning that you are on the same common ground with a political adversary you keep calling Nazis is reason enough to abandon your eco-principles and just let the fucking birds die. Continuing with leftists that would rather eat their own left foot than agree with MAGA, President Trump recently released a 20-point peace plan for the war in Gaza with provisions to end all Palestinian conflicts. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu expressed support for the proposal. Now, ironically, the people who have been screaming for 2 years for a ceasefire and for the war to end in Gaza have fallen completely silent. Why? We can only speculate. that the loudest voices against Israel cannot accept a proposal by the person they hate more than Netanyahu, the great Satan. By ceasefire, anti-Israel protesters actually meant saving Hamas's bacon, even though that is haram. Pro-Palestinian protesters could be heard saying, "We didn't want a peace. We wanted all of Israel." This final story comes by way of the crusader for biological sanity, Colin Wright. A new peer-reviewed paper in a journal from publishing giant Taylor and Francis by way of Australian Feminist Studies is titled "What Puppy Girls Know: The Inhuman Pedagogy of a Trans Feminine Style." The author describes puppy girls as trans lesbians that are also dogs. The abstract goes as such. Puppy Girls is a name for a particular kinky trans feminine lesbian style, rooted in the long history of trans erotic productions and currently thriving on social media platforms. In this article, I provide an analysis of the style that is rooted in personal immersion in puppy girl culture. Using several examples of puppy girl media productions, I argue for the possibility of reading the puppy girl style as a critical practice, one that hints at ways of being trans that do rely on the ciscentric understanding of the human as their point of reference. In doing so, I show how puppy girl style resonates with theoretical interventions in the field of trans studies offered by scholars such as Susan Stryker and Talia Mae Betcher. If that's not weird enough, the paper goes on to say, a puppy girl may not even know she is a puppy and needs to have this status imposed through loving but forceful means. You mean a rolled-up newspaper across the nose? That sounds very cruel, but kinky. The paper is by J. Spilka, a lesbian trans woman. In other words, a straight dude who also identifies as a puppy girl. As we always say here at Appalling News, men make the best bitches. This was Appalling News, and that's the way it is.